some weekend, and some weekend to conclude. Hello everyone, welcome back to GB3. It is time now for Race 3, the reverse grid. If Race 2 was spicy, my word, what do we have coming up now? Let's go down and join Bianca Bustamante, who was speaking with GB3 earlier on. And the live timings currently you can see are the GTs there just finishing their race as we await for ourselves to go racing in GB3 2025. Let's go down and join this mid-interview right now with Bianca Bustamante.
GB3 paddock, we've seen you most recently at the London E-Prix with Formula E, and you're teamed up with the Cupra Kiro team, which involves Dan Ticktum. I mean, you must be getting advice from all kinds of angles.
Yes, I think that's honestly was one of the reasons why my performance has improved massively. Just, you know, being surrounded by such a professional team, very experienced, so I'm getting quite a lot of feedbacks from the driving perspective and the engineering perspective that I can then translate into GB3. And just kind of like, just like the rain is coming, and translate into my driving, which has helped massively, obviously, and we want to show that with results.
Well, look, we look forward to seeing what you can do. Literally run back into your trailer and enjoy the rest of that Domino's.
Yeah, thank you guys. See you around.
Thanks, Bianca. Appreciate it. There we go, great to hear from Bianca Bustamante. She starts 20th, you'll be able to spot her in the bright yellow Elite Motorsports car. Currently looking at Michael Shin, got his first podium in GB3, having competed in 2023, back for this round only as he's competing in Europe at the moment, and he will start 7th on the grid for hill speed, and I would suspect he's probably got a strong position here to maybe get another podium, maybe making it a double this weekend in the GB3 Championship. His teammate Wang Pouchet just to the left here in the number 56 red and black hill speed car. Another driver seeing great progress as we move across further left towards Rodin, and our pole sitter Gianmarco Pradel, one of 3 Rodin cars here. They've both had a podium, him and his teammate Alex Ninovic, with Abby pulling just in the middle there. We can see being filmed by a rival cameraman who will go and biff out of the way in a minute, I'm sure, to get a shot of Abby pulling, but not her weekend so far. She'll be hoping for some kind of progress here. She starts 13th as we look at Gianmarco Pradel here, just getting ready to see these cars off. This is his first pole position in the GB3 Championship, so it's going to be interesting to see what he can do from here. Obviously the sun is out, so hopefully good conditions for him. Just to the left of him then, his teammate Abby Pulling, same colour car, just with the pink flashes there and the pink helmet. Watched on as ever, just in the background over here by Alice Powell, who's a driver coach and very much good friends, and they've been together for a long time working together. Some good advice from Alice. In fact, you just see Alice coming in at the front of the car there just to make sure that Abby's prepared. Always kind of there when she's been successful, obviously winning the F1 Academy last season, moving up to GB3, and although there have been a few struggles this weekend, I should think there are better results for her to come. Just see Alice chatting to Abby now, some last minute preparations. Some words of advice after a second race that wasn't really her fault. Of course, we mentioned there that August Raber did get a 3-place penalty for the collision that saw Abby crash out of that race, causing that safety car in race 2 of the weekend. And she'll be fully focused. She knows how to win races, she knows how to be at the front of the grid, and that's where she'll want to be. Let's take a look then at the track guide here at Silverstone before we race for the 3rd time this weekend.
To begin with, a wet track, but then all of a sudden it started to dry.
We return to the home of British motorsport for this weekend's GB3 Championship, partnered by the BRDC, with such iconic corners, Copse, Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel that run down the hanger straight into Stowe before we go through the Vale Club chicane and then out onto the Hamilton Straight. The new loop built in 2010 as they go through Abbey Farm Village in the loop, out through Aintree and onto the Wellington Straight, down into Brooklands and of course through Luffield and then Woodcote, the final corner onto the start-finish straight. 18 turns around here, all of which have plenty of overtaking opportunities, but the important thing here is 2 DRS zones around the 3.6, 5.8 kilometre circuit, one of which goes down the Hanger Straight, the other down the Wellington. On board with Michael Shin around the Silverstone circuit as he set a PB lap in qualifying, 6th position he'll be starting. Let's see how he was able to take on this circuit. Extremely fast going through the opening corner of the track at Copse, being careful for track limits on the left hand side before you hold your breath and head in to Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel to the left hand side, flat through the right, bit of a lift back over to the left hand side and hold it as far left as you can before you flick it through the right hander and then back out onto the Hanger Straight. DRS Open. This is the first of the DRS zones around this circuit, and that race down into Stowe Corner. Great overtaking opportunity. You can do inside, you can do outside around here, but of course that DRS might mean the overtake is done before even the braking zone is hit. Very fast corner there through Stowe, dropping down the hill on the exit before a slight rise up into the braking zone as they work their way through Vale and into the club section of the circuit. Watching out for the Sawtooth curb on the left-hand side as they head out onto the Hamilton Straight. Of course, the start-finish straight when the Grand Prix is hit, but up towards Abbey, a completely flat-out corner, 6th gear, pinned all the way through, nice and easy. Obviously, a lot harder when you're racing for position. We saw plenty of that yesterday. Onto the brakes and then down into the Village Loop section, the part that was added in 2010, through the loop, and then get that power on as smooth as you possibly can, up through the gears cleanly, through Aintree and onto the Wellington Straight. Second DRS zone active on that race into Brooklyn, which is a quick corner in itself. We don't typically see the DRS used to complete a move, but it can be used to start one, going into that braking zone, of course, into Brooklands. Then Luffield, basically the final corner of the circuit, wash out wide from the initial part of that corner before finding that second apex, powering through Woodcote and onto the start-finish straight. That is how you do a lap in the hands of Michael Shin's Hill Speed at Silverstone.
Well, there we go. That's what it looks like from the driver's perspective, and this is what it looks like from our perspective here, just in the pit lane, cars waiting to be let out onto the grid. We can see Enzo Tarvanishko here, starting 4th on the grid, and you know, he's a very aggressive driver. Had a little bit of an incident in the first race of the weekend where his front wing was slightly damaged. It was actually quite a minor contact in the end. It looked a lot worse than it was, but yeah, part of the Red Bull Young Driver Academy, so he will be hoping for a decent result in this race. To the left, we talk about different nationalities in GB3. We've got Hugo Schwarzer, who's in his 2nd season driving in the GB3 Championship. Not entirely sure what he'll be doing next time around. It might be that he moves away from the Championship. He wasn't expected to be doing as many races this year, but he's ended up getting some good results actually and staying in the VRD car, so it could be that he sticks around a bit longer. Although just to his left we have Patricio Gonzalez, who's one of our New Mexican drivers, one of brothers, starting 19th in this race. His brother Rodrigo Gonzalez, who's racing with Chris Dittman Racing just for this weekend, is on the back of the grid, so he's 24, so he's got a little bit of a jump on his brother here. We will hopefully speak to them at Brands Hatch when I believe they'll be teammates, so I mean, it doesn't take a mathematician to work out that Rodrigo may be coming over to VRD so that they're on the same team, so that'll be good to see. But yeah, Patricio Gonzalez looking forward to kind of getting his teeth stuck into GB3. Results already improving across this weekend, which is huge for him. To the left of them, starting 18th, we've got Divi Nandan with JHR Developments. Be good to see him. Very similar looking car to the VRD, isn't it? I mean, this one has kind of slight bits of orange on the side of them, but still chrome in the whole. Not entirely sure why they've got lemons in front of the tyres. I guess that's some kind of like makeshift wheel block? I don't know. Should we go and ask? Yeah, we're just going to go and ask. I'm going to ask really quickly. Can I just ask why the lemons? Is it like some kind of
good luck charm?
It's a good luck charm. I thought it might be chocks. I thought it might be chocks away, but apparently it's going to be lemons away, I guess. I think we should probably move back, as you can hear cars getting fired up right now. We were going to talk with Kai Darianani briefly, but we haven't quite made it over to Kai Darianani. He'll be starting 3rd on the grid, so a great opportunity for Kai Darianani to maybe get some points on the board and maybe get a podium as well. And yeah, Jack Sherwood will start alongside Gianmarco Pradel on the front row of the grid. It's Gianmarco Pradel's first ever pole position in the GB3 Championship. The Australian will be looking to do what his teammate Alex Ninovich did in the first race of this weekend and take the race win. However, Jack Sherwood, we've seen this paddock loads. He's been from the GB4 Championship all the way up to the GB3 Championship, so I would imagine Jack Sherwood will be looking for his first win of the season as well. It's the final race of the weekend in the GB3 Championship. It's a reverse grid. There's a lot at stake, and for a final time at Silverstone, let's go racing.
Couldn't agree more. Thank you very much, John Jackson. Here we go, everybody. Welcome along to GB3 from Budapest. This is race number 3, reverse grid race. How is this one going to play out? So many questions. Let's get some answers, shall we? It's going to be fascinating. It's going to be thrilling. It's going to be exciting. This is going to be a good contest. I already know it. So, it is time for the reverse grid race of the GB3 round here, round number 15. It is the 5th weekend that we run this year, and we are looking down, if you are synced up with us, at an extraordinary circuit. A circuit which opened in 1950. Luke Browning 2022 was when he set the fastest lap around this place. And then you have 2 DRS zones for the drivers to use. DRS that has been slightly handy for drivers as they try and make some overtakes. So it's been quite fascinating to watch. Okay, well, that is pretty much it from the pre-race. Now it's time to get into the actual race. I'm going to hand over to Lewis McGlade for a few moments, just so we can quickly fix all of our settings, and then we'll be back for lights out.
Flag of the season. Still plenty of points though left to go, and still 10 races left on the season. The conditions actually really nice, but I can tell you, between the last GB3 race and this one, conditions have been all over the place. If you joined us for GB4, it was very chaotic and one of the most dramatic GB4 races we've ever had. If you haven't watched it, I'm not going to spoil anything. I definitely recommend going back to watch it once this race is done to get yourself prepared for the 3rd race of the weekend. What that does mean though, and of course over the last hour or so, by the way, it's also rained a little bit more. You can see how wet the pit lane is relatively. Thing is, still slick tyres. 100% this is a slick tyre race. Of course, the drivers will be going around there, sussing out the grip, making sure they obviously have the reconnaissance lap out of the pit lane. They also will have the formation lap after that as well, just to basically bed them in and make sure that they're fully up to speed with the conditions. The circuit itself should be relatively dry, but there's still going to be a couple of greasy patches. And the important bit, if you go offline, there are a few places around here that are going to cause a fair share of drama. Seeing going out on, through Maggots, Beggars and Chapel, and the run out of Chapel, if you go slightly too wide, there's some green painted concrete out there, and if you go onto that, very, very wet. The grass around here will be extremely slippery as well. Obviously, you're never going to use grass as well, but if you slide off into it, likely it is, you're going to have a hard time getting back onto the racetrack once more. On the run through Club and out onto the Hamilton Straight, right here, some of that green painted tarmac that's basically in the bottom left of your screen, that's very wet as well. So, couple of wet patches for them to look out for, but on the racing line, as we see into the BRDC clubhouse there, the roof of it, great view. Some of the best views that you can get around this circuit from the top there, from the lucky few who get to go up there. Thank me, I've been fortunate enough to see a little bit of racing around there. It's a very good view indeed, looking down onto to Brooklyn, see a bit of Luffield, and then back out onto the start-finish straight. Of course, here for this weekend, all the drivers will have been in the BRDC clubhouse a little bit earlier on in the week. That's where they had their driver briefing. Quite a special place. That was better than having it in a random pit garage, that's for sure. But of course, all those drivers getting the updates from what they're expected of this weekend. To be fair, they have delivered. We've had a fantastic weekend of racing thus far. A great opening couple of races, and hopefully a great 3rd race, of course. Alex Ninovich, the important one to really touch on here, will be starting from 11th position in the race. Actually been promoted, spotting this one courtesy of a 3-place grid penalty gifted out to Deegan Fairclough, one of 2 drivers to have received grid penalties in this race. Of course, it's himself and also the number 47 that is being driven around the circuit by August Raber, also getting a 3-place grid penalty for a collision in a previous race. So, of course, Raber's won a little bit earlier on the race, but then for Deegan Fairclough, that was for contact between himself and Alex Ninovich. No in-race penalty, so I think he's fairly lucky to avoid that one. I think it was maybe a little bit aggressive on Fairclough's side, but he's received his 3-place grid penalty. And now we'll dig deep in this race, trying to fight his way up the order, as will Alex Ninovich, who has had his championship lead absolutely slashed. It was more than 50 points. It is now 23 over Patrick Huizenrode, who will be starting this race 2 positions ahead of Alex Ninovich. There is our pole sitter though, reverse grid pole sitter, Jean-Marco Pradal. You've got Jack Sherwood there, who will be starting alongside on that front row, looking for a podium. His first time to be able to start alongside on the front row. His first time to be able to look for a potential podium victory. Kai Darianani, you can see there, JHR Developments driver. Tom Vanitschkel, of course, the driver in the background there in that Red Bull liveried car, of course, ready to go on the attack for VRD Racing as well. The 24 cars are in position, or getting there anyway, and then they'll begin the formation lap. We'll update you with the grid, and then we'll get this race underway. It is the same length of race as to what we've had in the previous, so it'll be 25 minutes or 12 laps, whichever comes first. It will most likely be the 12 laps, although never know with reverse grid races as to whether a safety car comes out. Then we'll definitely lean it toward that 25-minute timer. Now they're in position, the green flag is waved, and now the formation lap will begin. Jack Sherwood here will be rolling off from second position, and his eyes will be on working his way past Gianmarco Pradel and searching for a victory. That would be awe-inspiring indeed. Gianmarco Pradel picked up his first victory back in the Hungaroring in the opening race back then. Jack Sherwood has only been in the top 10 3 times this season, none of which have been a podium. Let's update you then with the starting grid. It's Gianmarco Pradel starting from pole position. It's Jack Sherwood starting from second spot. Pradel, of course, looking to really get himself properly engaged in the championship. Kai Darianani will start from third position, with Tom Vanitschkel starting from fourth position alongside that Red Bull livery. Noah Lyle will start from fifth. After a disappointing start of the weekend, he's been looking a lot stronger. Reza Sawuthin will start from sixth position as Argenti with Prema. Again, he's shown some good speed again previously in the last race. Well, Michael Shin had a podium though in the last race, able to beat Sawuthin to that. He'll be starting alongside Wanpu Shui in 8th position, with Pat Huizenroda and Keanu Alazari. Recent race winner, and the man in form at the moment is Alazari. 4 podiums in 5 races. We make it 5 from 6. Alex Ninovich, the championship leader, will start from 11th position. Will McIntyre will start alongside, back on row 6. Row 7 is where we'll find Deacon Fairclough. He'll be starting alongside Ari Pullen, but of course Fairclough with a 3-place grid penalty drops down into 14th position. Hugo Schwarzer and Yevon David will start from 16th position, the Sri Lankan driver. Then it's Flynn Jackson 17th. Divi Nandan will start from 18th position. Back on row number 9. Row 10 sees Patricio Gonzalez and Bianca Bustamante, who we caught up with before the race. Then it's August Draper, dropping back 3 positions, courtesy of a penalty as well, alongside Lucas Flusha. All Argenti with Prema there on row 11. Nicolas Stati and Rodrigo Gonzalez make up the 12th and final row of proceedings. So, with all that said, with all that sorted, we are ready to go racing. Gianmarco Pradel looking for another victory, having taken that first victory that looked to potentially open the floodgates back in Hungary. Backed it up with a podium, backed it up with a 10th place, had a podium of course in the first race of the weekend, and a bit of a disappointing one courtesy of starting from 12th position in the race earlier on in the day. He finds himself third in the championship, 46 points off the championship lead, but importantly for him, he's been hounded by that bright pink BWT car there. That is Keanu Alazari, who has slashed the gap down now to the top 3 this weekend. A third and a first, and he finds himself 48 points off the championship lead.
Thank you very much, Lewis McGlade, for talking us through that pre-race, because everyone had to make their way to the grid, and we had that entire procedure. But now, enough of our procedures. Let's get the final race underway. Let's get and end this weekend on the highest, my final race on the commentary box this weekend, after calling, I think, 13 motor races. And also, you can't, of course, not include qualifyings and practice. I'm not going to count that now because we're about to get the race start going, but so many broadcasts I've been on this weekend, and this is the final one as we get into position. Green flag will be waving at the back. It'll be Gianmarco Pradel next to Jack Sherwood. Then it's going to be Kai Darianani next to Tan Van Eekel, who's going to emerge victorious. They've been given the 5-second board. Any second now, the lights will turn lit. They go out, and we are racing for the third time this weekend, and a slow start for Keanu El-Zahari further back off the line as we make our way down into Cobb's corner. Pradell leads the contest into Cobb's, and around the outside there goes Abby Pulling, trying to get through on Will McIntyre. McIntyre will try and keep his foot in as we throw it down into Maggots and Beckett's. Pradell, then it's Sherwood. Can they all get through with Kai in third position? And then it is going to be Enzo Tan Van Eekel as we go through Chapel Curve and then go down this hanger straight. Iconic corners leading to iconic straights is Pradell. Then it is Sherwood coming under threat now, possibly from Darian Nani, who's going to try his best to make the move down into Stoke Corner. He'll get close, and he's going to think about it but can't get through. What a start to the race that was, and Pradell's got the advantage for the moment. Into the Vale chicane, drivers thinking about dive bombs. That's Reza Seaworth and going for it. And meanwhile, Abby Pulling round the outside of the championship leader. She's battling up against her Rodin Motorsport teammate, and Abby Pulling is ahead. Wow. El-Zahari did not get the getaway that he would have wanted off the line. We go through. It's still a damp circuit here in GB3. Still a damp circuit. Anything is possible. Round the loop and onto the hanger straight. It's going to be very fascinating to see how this is going to play out. It's a mess on the straight behind. Here comes Abby Pulling. Well, she's defended from her teammate and she wants a position. Pulling on the charge. Can she get there? Wait for it. Just going to go back through. No, she couldn't get through. But she is trying to attack Shin, that is. So Abby Pulling trying to attack Shin. Gonna be interesting to see whether she will be able to. As we head down into the final of this lap. We head through the Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel Curve complex. Down the straight. Hanger straight now. Pradell's got a chance. Tan Van Eekel having to defend. Noah Lyle's there. Noah Lyle he's not going to go to the outside. He's going to send it up the inside. Late lunge on the brakes. And Noah Lyle fights his way through. And look at that. Reza Seaworth will be there. Hoynton-Roder will be there. We're very nearly 3 wide into rail. Hoynton-Roder's getting past one driver. He's getting past two possibly because the outside will turn into the inside and now Lyle will be left under threat. Hoynton-Roder's gained 2 places. He may now lose one. Tan Van Eekel, the Red Bull Jr. dives down the inside. He pushes Hoynton-Roder off the road. Now Lyle tries to attack him. Down into turn 1. Lyle with the inside. It is neck and neck between the two of them and Lyle gets ahead. It is Lyle's position to keep. Wow. Oh! Off we go. It's chaos right now. Pulling to the inside of Ninowich. The two Rodin Motorsport drivers nearly clattering. On the apex there, they nearly collide, but they managed to get through. Onto the hanger straight. We had a car go off the road. I think that was Johan David, possibly. Who went off the road. The number 44 car. Big shame if he did. We're battling our way to Will McIntyre. Around the outside and contact. Contact for Will McIntyre. He was colliding with the hill speed there. And it's getting close. It's getting close. Deegan Fairclough with the inside. 3 wide into Maggots. Will not work. 3 wide into Cobbs will not work either. You've got to consider it all. Fairclough's got the inside line. They try to get through Will McIntyre now. Trying to also fight away by. This is really aggressive stuff, but this is nice stuff. What a race we have been treated to so far. Will McIntyre's got the inside and he gets ahead of Deegan Fairclough. Tidy stuff. Move that he needed to make. That was vital there. as we go on to the Hamilton Straight. Turning out to be quite the interesting race. Lap 3 out of 12. It's side by side. At the moment, to the inside goes Hugo Schwarzer. And Hugo Schwarzer is able to fight her way through at the moment. And now we roar onto the Hanger Straight with 2x2x2. Talking about two drivers going wheel to wheel. It is side by side. And Reza Siworthen battling for the final spot on the podium there. So a battle going on for P3. And not just a battle, but a really tight one as well, I have to say. Wow. That's interesting to watch. Really interesting to watch that unfold. As the number 15 heads backwards, possibly. Of Stati. Not having the time of life right now, is he? It's foot to the floor for the moment. As the drivers try and work with the conditions that they have, a slightly damp circuit. It's just been that type of day, hasn't it? As Tan Van Ekel will make his way onto the start-finish straight. We're getting lap-by-lap analysis. Siworthen quicker on lap 2 and quicker on lap 3. Kai Darinani, though, had a faster lap 1. Well, I mean, to be fair, I think that is to be expected. In terms of Kai being in the higher position, having a better lap 1. But then lap 2 and lap 3 is the interesting one. Siworthen is doing his best, isn't he, at the moment? To get ahead and to see what he's able to manage. What an interesting race this has been. 1.9 seconds to the inside of Copse Corner goes Keanu Al-Zahiri. And he was fighting away with it, was Keanu Al-Zahiri. We're only on lap 3 out of 12. Laps will be ticking, laps will be running out. As you can see, it's drying. As I've just noticed, you guys aren't getting the information that you need. I'm gonna fix that. We're gonna fix that right now. Let's hand down to Lewis McGlade.
Basically all downforce from the rear end, as you'd expect. That's what makes you go faster in a straight line. But then that weight moves around when you close DRS once again. Nearly a 2-second lead coming in from Jean-Marc Bradel, but however, the fastest lap there, confirmed bottom of your screen, it is Will McIntyre, as we're on the 5th lap of this race. Further down the order, we've got the number 44 of Yevon David, who I have seen in the YouTube chat has been very well supported here, the Sri Lankan driver. However, he is feeling a fair amount of pressure. Has got past Stati and Nandan, however, on this lap, so he's making some progress, it seems.
Apologies that you've had to deal with that for the entire weekend. I've only just noticed. Now, apologies. If it was the touring car gang with you, the touring car commentators, they would have been able to notice that JT. I have only worked with these timings once in 2023. That's when I was streaming a touring car race. Once earlier this year, which was on my laptop, so I didn't even actually, so it was all done for me. Like, I didn't actually mess around with anything. And then, of course, once at the start of this year. with the GB3 season. But that was all the way at Silverstone. We haven't used it since round 1. And what, that was months ago now? So, apologies. I can only apologise for that. It's all sorted now, luckily. So all is okay. It's getting really, really tight. As they fight their way through. The F1's going on at the moment as well. Looking a bit tasty. Both races. Well, this one's pulling. Well, this one we're seeing the gap pull away. F1 is the one that might actually be giving us a fight for the win near the end. I say that, but to be fair, for so many rounds, literally, the gap's just been close and we've never actually seen an overtake come in near the final stages. So let's wait and see if it even happens. We just saw dramatic moments for P3. By the way, if you're wondering why I'm talking about F1, JB was talking about touring cars on the F1 broadcast. So I'm just gonna so that's my excuse, by the way. That's my excuse. Anyone who has a bit of an issue can just go complain to JB about that. Getting close. 1.8 seconds in F1. In GB3 though. Let's focus. Right, Ninovich is on the back of Shin. Game on. Here we go. Ninovich to the inside of Shin. Takes the position with ease. Takes the position with ease. Lap 7 out of 12. This race should be done. We'll be on a quick off, by the way, just so I can then go off and watch the F1 ending. Because I think it's only fair that if F1's actually finally getting a good finish, I can actually watch it. Yay! So I'm hoping that these drivers just behave themselves. Well, lap 64 out of 70. So it's getting a bit interesting. Apparently there's light spots of rain on the F1. Goodness me. Drama. Drama, drama, drama. It's 1.1 second, everybody, in the F1. Honestly, it may just get to a point where I just start commentating on that battle. But once again, if JB tries saying anything about that, then he did it in IndyCar. JT snitched. He told me that JB was calling the end of an IndyCar race. So I'll just start calling the F1. I've got it right over there. Oh no. Okay. Don't worry. I'm full focus. But this race is calm right now. So eyes are a little bit over there. A little bit. Just a bit. Just a bit. Considering the fact that there's actually a fight for once in Formula 1. The traffic could completely ruin it though. It's ruined Norris's race. I think I know that, but could ruin Piastri's either way as well. Lots of traffic to navigate. What a calm GB3 race. We're battling for second place though. Seaworthen who's in third, trying to take second place. Sherwood defends. Seaworthen around the outside with DRS open, turns in into Stowe and turns in ahead. Seaworthen up to second place in the contest. Now this is going to be close. Now, in Formula 1, the gap is only 0.6 of a second. Over here, though, it's 3.5. But we've just seen a switch in the battle for second place. Gonna be fascinating to see how this one's gonna play out. Gap's gone back to 1 second. Oh! There we go, we're battling Noah Lyle versus Tan Van Eekel, who gets to the inside line. Lyle will try switch back, Lyle will try fight back. Is there anything that Noah Lyle can do now? That'll be the interesting question. Oh, we're very nearly 3 wide. Late movement there. So it's going to be Noah Lyle up against Tan Van Eekle. And it's going to get really tight because Ninovic is trying to get past the pair of them. Ninovic gets past Tan Van Eekle. Can he now get ahead? Tan Van Eekle's fighting back. He's not giving this one up. It's still side by side. And Ninovic gets ahead. Now, what can Tan Van Eekle do? Can he try retake it? Oh, it's lap 66 there. Don't think we'll make it. We're not going to make it, everybody. Oh, what a shame. Don't think I'll be able to watch the ending, but that's fine. That's fine. As long as these lot keep me entertained, we're fine. I'm still watching it, but like, you know, just watch it, sit back, relax. Oh, hear Joshua Birch reach ceiling level volume. It would be fun. It would be fun if they do go wheel to wheel. If they collide, then they're just going to give George Russell the win. Which, driver's just been sat there. The driver's just been sat there. Remarkable. Remarkable. Anyway. 0.5 of a second. This could be the moment. Lapped cars are ahead. They might be saving Norris. Get DRS though. That's one thing. They'll get out of the way. It's game on between the McLaren. I'm literally starting to commentate. Are you okay? Let's focus on this. We're battling for third. Jack Sherwood, by the way, under some pressure as they make their way through. It's absolutely game on. Could be a last lap fight for the win. Who knows? Meanwhile, defending the inside line, all the way around the outside. That's brave from Kai Darianani trying to keep his foot in, and he'll be thrown out of road there. How are we still lap 8? Surely we're not lap 8. What lap is this? Well, the information we've got up here in the box is suggesting that it's still lap 8. Timings is minutes, so we can't actually tell. But it's all stopped on lap 8. So I can't now tell. This is difficult, isn't it? Thought this race would be over before the F1. If it's still lap 8, then absolutely not. Here we go. Kai has a look. I think the circuit's now free to these two. Oh my word, I thought Piastri was going to send it up the inside. That was a look that time round. I think the road is now clear. There's no lap traffic. Oh! Meanwhile in GB3, going back to this action, Tan Van Eekle is trying to attack Kai Darianani as we've got cars all over the shop at the moment. I've used that phrase a few times in commentary. I'm just going to keep using it now. Lap 10 apparently we're on. This F1 has 2 more laps after this. We've got 2 more laps, but they'll finish the 2 laps much more quicker than us. Because of course we are racing here at Silverstone in GB3 cars, while they're, no offence, but they're in F1 cars in Hungary at a much more shorter circuit and in faster machinery. So we know how this one's going to go. It'll have to be something audacious, I think, from Oscar. Meanwhile, Ninovic trying to make an overtake. Could be about to go 3 wide. Tan Van Eekle's losing positions. 3 wide indeed. And I don't know how they made it work further back. They attempted to make it work at least. As we come round, well, the last few corners in the GB3 race. In F1, it's getting closer in the battle for the win. Penultimate lap of the race. Oh! Oscar went for the latest of lunge, locked up in the process. That's Deegan Fairclough. He's out of the race. He's retired. Fairclough's retired. It'll have to be on the last lap for Oscar if he has to take the win. Well, we're on the penultimate lap. They're on the penultimate lap. We're currently running when we're currently matching, but it won't be the case. Well, I guess you guys get to see my live reactions to what on earth happens in this F1. This has to be perfect for Moscow if he is to take this. It's going to come down to the last lap between the McLarens. Meanwhile, apologies if anything major happens in this and I just completely miss it. But you know, of course. You know, we're at the end of the weekend. I've done so much. We're not the official feed of GB3, so we can kind of get away sometimes with. They got told, same reminder. Don't think we should be seeing these replays now. Show us the last corner. It's 9/10. Don't think it's going to happen. It's not going to happen. Unless it's the latest of lunge. Oh, he went so deep into turn 1 on the brakes. Showed how much momentum he had. He's trying some extraordinary lines now. It won't happen though. One more lap. Possibly if he did not go for that do or die penultimate lap move on the penultimate lap, he may have had a chance, a proper chance on the last lap. It's surely a dive bomb from here. Unless they Formula 2 style it and just completely take this one to the line. It's going to be a situation of had there been one more lap, I think. He would have at least had a chance type thing. Oh! Bit of debris. We're on the last lap of this race. To be fair, they've actually managed... It might be GB3 in Silverstone and F1 in Hungary, but they've actually managed to actually survive. Don't know how, but we've actually stayed tied. Oh, look at this gap. It's going to be so close out of the final corner. And then it's going to be the same story. Oh, had there been one more lap. What a last lap it could have been. Oh, wow. McLaren get the 1-2. I think it's better for the championship, though. This result. In the Formula 1. Oh, wow. Okay. Lap number 12. This is the final lap of the GB3 race. Let's look at a replay of some things that have been going on. Abby pulling. Trying to get past Kai Darinani. We are watching this on a replay. But no replays needed at the front of the field. Pradell wants to be a championship contender, and he's going to take race 3, win at Silverstone. What a performance by Pradell. He wins GB3 race 3. Siwurutan's in second place with the fastest lap, and then it's Lyle, Ninovich, Sherwood, Darianani, and then pulling. They've all got to avoid the debris, and it gets really tight further back as they do so. That was wild stuff. That was absolutely wild. Between those two drivers in Formula 1 and a wild GB3 race. Well, thank you very much to everyone who has joined us in GB3. It has been a fantastic weekend of racing. We say thank you very much for joining us, and we will see you when GB3 next goes racing in the championship. Meanwhile, there's damage for Keanu Al-Tahiri, I can see. He's in the pit lane, so he must have been the driver who lost the front wing. Thank you very much, and we'll see you later. Goodbye.